Hey, good evening, everybody. It is Dr. Dietrich Gorman, and thank y'all very much for joining me tonight as I talk about my launch of my new book, my reflective journal. And it is going to be November 11th. So let's see who's going to join us this evening. But I'm going to go ahead and get started because we got some really good information going on. Okay, so we're now only 3 days away from the launch of my journal. My latest book, Grateful and Ready, a reflective journal to fuel your soul. Okay, so on the earlier live streams this week, I actually talked about what is a journal, the benefits of journaling, um, and then a little bit about my own journal, the benefits of my own journal and what makes my journal a little bit more unique. Okay, and last night I talked about how you can transform your life by giving, donating, helping others. So please, please, please go back and look at those. Hit replay if you watch it here on Facebook or visit my YouTube channel so you can get that live stream information. It's good information. I see Dr. Kadisha is here and Kasali. Thank y'all very much for joining. And thanks for posting, Dr. Kadisha. Tonight, y'all, I'm going to be talking about forgiveness of self and others. So please share this live. I really appreciate it. Please tag folks to come on in. This definitely is going to be a doozy. It's going to provoke a lot of thought and a lot of self reflection and insight. Um, so I wanted to start off by asking, what is forgiveness to you? Please put in the chat. I'll wait, just for a couple of seconds. Please put in the chat, what do you feel forgiveness is for you? What does it mean to you or for you? So I know sometimes there's a little bit of a delay, and I know people are coming in, so that's cool. But forgiveness is basically it's a conscious decision. It's a conscious decision to let go or release feelings of resentment, anger, negative thoughts, injustices, repetitive thinking, reliving a wrongdoing. Okay, so forgiveness is being able to release all of that stuff. What forgiveness is not, though, it is not like downplaying what happened, downplaying the severity of something that has happened. It definitely doesn't mean condoning, and it for sure doesn't mean forgetting. Okay, so keep that in mind. And these acts, when implemented, forgiveness, it could potentially be the most transformative for you. And what I mean by that is, what are you holding on to that is preventing you from moving forward or for living your life fully? Forgiveness actually often means to stop focusing on the past. Holding on to something that has occurred to you in the past or a certain thought process that has come up or that was initiated to you in the past, but it's still playing a role in your present. And is there someone who has done something to you or said something to you in the past and you've internalized it or believed it? Okay. And more so, what beliefs are you holding on to about yourself? What are you holding on to about yourself? Hey Vanessa, thank you for joining me. Thank you. We're talking about forgiveness of self and others tonight. This is more of a deeper live stream. So yes, what are you holding on? What beliefs are you holding on about yourself? So what have you done in the past that keeps you thinking about something and you can't let it go? What can't you forgive yourself for? Um, have you yourself, made a mistake in the past or a poor error in judgment? Of course you have. You're human, okay? But how is that serving you today, now in the present? Is it weighing you down? Are you constantly ruminating about it? So I am very, very confident that there is not one person listening to this or who's going to be listening to this live who hasn't been done wrong or had something said to them by someone in some shape or fashion, of course. And of course, while tonight's live isn't a pity party, it is definitely something to think about how it's affecting you now and how it has changed your life and how it's changed the perception of yourself. Hey, Marcia, thanks for joining me. Thank you very much for coming in. So, I mean, has it caused your heart to harden? Has it tainted relationships, or not let new relationships flourish because of something you're holding on to the past? And holding on to things can literally make you sick. I mean, and it's definitely a form of chronic stress, being unable to forgive, or holding on to something that's always in your mind. And so, practicing forgiveness, or forgiving yourself for the negative thoughts about you that's entering your mind, is something that I would recommend doing, because as soon as these self-defeating thoughts come to mind, you can be aware of it, then you can repel them. Okay, by replacing them by positive thoughts. And that's where affirmations come in. Our minds are typically programmed to think negatively, or bad things, but where are these things coming from? What's the root cause of them? So by doing affirmations and whatnot, it can help you kind of switch your mind. Now, writing down how you are practicing forgiveness on a daily basis can definitely help to train your mind to start appreciating yourself and loving yourself, even more. And it is definitely a release. Okay, so there's some other benefits of forgiveness. You can form more healthier relationships, improve mental health, definitely decrease or help have fewer symptoms of depression, anxiety, stress, hostility. Your self esteem improves. Okay, and definitely practicing forgiveness is definitely a form of relaxation. So, also, further speaking, um, writing how you forgive others and forgive yourself in a journal is just getting you to think about and acknowledge the issues. Okay. And it's not a matter of fact of just saying, I forgive you, or I forgive myself, and moving on. You want forgiveness to have some meaning, and you may never understand why someone did you wrong or what they did to you, but it's a matter of looking at your anger and your pain and realizing that it doesn't serve you, other than to cause more anger and more pain, and then the fact that you really need to let it go to move on. And this has to happen in your time. But keep in mind, the more time you choose to not address it, it's more time spent and more time that is hurting you and more time lost. So please keep that in mind. And when it comes to forgiving yourself, it's not a matter of saying, oh, I forgive myself for thinking this way about myself, or I forgive myself for doing this. But it's actually a matter of examining why you started this thought process in the first place. What's the root cause of it? Or why did you do what you did? What are you feeling about yourself that has caused you to do what you did, or to think the way you're thinking in a certain way? I mean, I know I'm doing a lot of talking, but this is just something that's really, I feel they can really touch a lot of people, because we're all of us are holding on to things that have been done to us in the past, and it's really not serving us. And so it's really important to try and start thinking about yourself, about being your own best friend, and what you would tell your own best friend to help them move on. And when it comes to forgiving yourself, you need to be your own best advocate, right? And you may actually yourself need to ask forgiveness of someone else that you may have not been the best to, or that you said something to, and it will honestly be up to them how they accept it. But you need to release that, and you need to ask for forgiveness to be done with it as well, so that you can move on. Okay. But it's really something that once you can fully embrace it, I mean, it'll benefit you. It'll help you to move forward. It'll help you to unload that baggage, that mental baggage, to live more freer without that burden or stress. And of course, if you need to get additional help or want additional help, you'll need to do this. And it's not necessarily, like I said, just writing something in a journal and being done with it in this particular point. You need to really get to the root of the issues, or why you need to practice forgiveness of yourself and of others. Yes, Marcia. She says, I've learned to forgive myself first. Absolutely. Before I could forgive others. Yes. Yeah, that's a good point. Forgive yourself for being, for having that thought process, and then you're able to, because you're the most important. I mean, period. Writing things down helps me to go back and meditate on real issues and learning from it. Thank you for sharing that. Absolutely. Anybody else want to put anything in the comments? That would be great as well. And so this is just a live stream tonight just to get you thinking about self forgiveness and forgiving of others, to help you release that burden, to release that stress, to move on because you have time. All right. And I really appreciate y'all watching me tonight. And just please keep in mind that it's really up to you to create your own happiness and your own relaxation. And no matter what has happened to you or what is happening to you, you need to be your own best advocate. And I really want you to kind of just release what's weighing you down, journal about it, seek counsel about it, and above all, love yourself. And you're literally the only thing that you have. All right. And one other thing, just food for thought, I wanted to just mention is that you really, really don't know what the future holds, right? Or if you'll be here another day, or if there's a loved one who's out there who's seeking forgiveness from you, you don't know how much longer they'll be there. And, I really want you to think about, is holding on to anger, frustration, distress, hate and all that stuff, holding that into your heart, is that helping you any? Only you can answer that. Again, I said forgiveness doesn't mean you're forgetting, but it's for you to release what's holding you down and what's preventing you from moving forward. So tonight's topic actually covered two areas, forgiving of others as well as forgiving of yourself, and it's a really big topic. I've definitely only touched on the tip of the iceberg for it, but I do want you to consider getting my journal, Grateful and Ready, a reflective journal to fuel your soul. And this book is actually literally designed to transform your life for the better if you really use it to its full potential. So I want you to please, join me on my launch. It's Wednesday, November 11th at 7 p.m. Central Standard Time. And those of you who do come and participate will be entered to win a gift basket, of course, focused on relaxation. And finally, and really very important, I'm going to be having a free 5-day challenge at the end of this month. And it's called the I'm Grateful and Ready Challenge, and it's actually designed to get you started on a positive transformation for your life. So 2020 was definitely a big deal. I mean, a lot of stress involved, a lot of things going on, and you want to leave 2020 on a high note. You want to enter 2021, you know, with your best foot forward, different mindset. And so that's what this challenge is designed to help you do, to get onto that track. Okay. So, please join me. um, I want you to enter 20, or excuse me, enter 2021, but not only grateful, but definitely ready, because it's going to be a great year. So please join me. DM me if you have any questions about it. But I think that's it for now, unless there's anything else. I don't see. Yes, we need to forgive ourselves for holding on to grudges. Yes, definitely, Dr. Kadisha. So I'm Dr. Dietrich Gorman, your board certified family medicine physician. I am a speaker, a best-selling author, and I am America's relaxation doctor. And I help individuals maneuver through life's stressful circumstances by learning ways to incorporate relaxation. And journaling is definitely one of those ways. So until next time, I'm going to be here tomorrow again at 7 p.m. Central Standard Time. We're going to talk about another topic that's going to be great leading up to my launch on Wednesday. So until then, have a great evening and relax well. All right, see y'all.